Alright guys, so I watched Ma Rainey's Black Bottom on Netflix, which is the last film of Chadwick Boseman, and I totally forgot that it was released on Netflix pretty recently, so I went ahead and watched it. It stars Chadwick Boseman and Viola Davis, and it's a movie set in 1929 about this singer, Ma Rainey, and her backup singers, or backup dancers, who she has a problem with Chadwick Boseman's character, while she herself is being a very commanding person, Ma Rainey, where like Viola Davis in this movie, I've gotta say, holy shit. Like I really loved her in everything else I've seen her in for the most part, but especially in Fences. I remember Fences being really, really good, but this one in particular, she just drowns herself in this role. Like in terms of like she is just literally this character. Like there's no like it feels like a legit like it's weird with these kind of performances that she does. She gets so into the character that you don't even realize it's her. And she has like a thing on her where she's kind of like sweaty all the time, if that makes sense. Like it just looks like it, where she just kind of comes off as like a different looking person than she looks in real life because of that. And she's a character that I really, really loved her commanding presence. Like I thought she was really cool. And just her performance alone, whenever we get the Oscars this year, I feel like she should get nominations. But she should also get nominations. She should get nominations as well as Chadwick Boseman. Now, Chadwick Boseman, it's weird. I've of course seen Black Panther. That's the big movie everybody's seen with him in it. I've not seen 42. And I saw Da 5 Bloods, which I remember liking this year, Spike Lee. And then I watched this movie. And I think that's all I've seen with Chadwick Boseman. And, we all know this year that he sadly passed away. And honestly, it was just such a sad horror. I don't know why it was just more sad than usual, because we've had a lot of celebrities die, and I've never met any of these people. But it's weird with Chadwick Boseman. Like, I really liked him in those Marvel movies, and like watching him in this role, like this is truly, I haven't seen all of his movies, but this is his best role that I've seen him do. Like, this is really incredible. He just commands presence, like, just like Viola Davis. Like, they're both genuinely just some of the best performances I've seen last year, 2020. I was truly moved by both of them in different ways. But in this one, his performance is truly one of the best performances he ever had. So watching this be the last film released, I think they said that this was his last movie posthumously after he died. This was his last movie. So watching this one, I think this is an incredible performance to go out on. Like, I was genuinely like, wow, I love that he didn't go whenever he did like a movie that wasn't like a good performance, because it probably stinks when there's a lot of actors who just unexpectedly pass. Like, everybody in this world that unexpectedly pass someday. And I'm glad that he had finished this film, and I'm glad that this was the last one. I think that's what people are saying, that it's the last film he ever did. But it wasn't finished before he died. Like, they had to probably do like production and stuff before like they brought it out in editing. But yeah, I feel like it's just a great, proper send-off, because just R.I.P. Like, really, really sad, Chadwick Boseman. Like, I really felt that for this year in terms of celebrities. Like, I really felt awful for him. And he was so young, too. He's only 42. That's what I think was the hardest part. Whenever it's celebrities that are, like, 80 or 90, it's still sad, but I'm like, man, they lived a long life. But I just, really, the feeling of how he didn't ever live longer than 42 years is just heartbreaking and sad. And like I said, he just brought so much to this movie. And I think, as for Black Panther, I thought he brought just such a great role in that movie, and I really, really loved him in that movie as well. And I love the idea that we got that. That's just so awesome. It's just so great that he had a great life. It seemed like, in terms of like films. I know he was suffering from cancer before he died, but and I think he died from cancer. But I felt like the movie spectrum that he did, like, I really liked from what I've seen. I haven't seen, like I said, I haven't seen all of his stuff. I haven't seen 42. I think he was in 42. Um, and I know he's probably done a lot of stuff that nobody knows about unless you look it up, like a lot of actors. So I'm probably gonna have to look it up sometime and see if there's anything else more that he's done. I have a feeling he probably did. Oh, he did that 21 Bridges movie. I didn't see that. That came out, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but that one I did not see. I might have to see that now, regardless of what I think of the movie, because I thought it just looked kind of like a boring, like, cop movie. But I might have to watch it now. But like I said, just a great way for Chadwick Boseman to end on. A great performance. Like, that's a great last performance. But, like, in the movie, too, aesthetically, like, I like how it's from 1929, or it's set in 1929. I think it's a really beautiful-looking movie. I like how it has that coat of color that you would see from something from how it's perceived in that time period, because, of course, I wasn't in 1929, but, like, how the movie looks, like, it looks bright and wonderful, but I like how there's that underlying, like, you know, like, these are black singers, and it's in 1929, of course, so there's always something there that's not good for them, and I think it's sad. So I like that they didn't, like, skirt on that either, because I know we're in a culture now where you've got to just erase history completely, but I feel like that's a bad thing, because whether we've had good or bad things throughout our history, it should be the same history. Like, it's something to learn from. It's not something to keep going. It's something to learn from. That's how people learn to change. So I like that this movie didn't, like, sugarcoat, like, oh, it was more happy then. Like, no, it was not. But I appreciated that. And the ending, too. Watching that end, that ending was one of the best parts of the movie as well. Like, without spoiling it, the ending ends in a way where you're just like, holy shit. Like, okay, that's how it ends? Wow. And like I said, it relates to 1929 and where people were in that time. So it's a sad ending. It really is, but it's a great movie, and I'm really, really recommend it. I was really glad I got to see this one, especially because I wanted to see Chadwick Boseman's last role. So all I could say about Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, but it was a really fun, really, really interesting movie and really enjoyable. So, and with a very downer ending, but definitely go check it out if you're a fan of Chadwick Boseman, or if you're just a fan of, like, history, or a fan of, like, movies like this. So definitely go check it out. And that's it. So I'll see you guys next time.